talk about the consent forms. I'm happy that finally we have something in place. Maybe it's taken around 18 to 19 years. Commissioning couple is not two women. It is not two men. You want to carry out an IUI. You have to do this. Many people come to us for
surrogacy side.
Yeah, so IUI, I'm saying about IUI. How many have not registered for IUI? So in case you want any help, go to your state authorities and submit this. Government ने क्या बोला? DHR ने क्या बोला? कि informed will be in thick soup. You have to make them aware of their rights, and then the most important, infertile married couple है. अब इसके अंदर, in case we start making those small, we have to have the full information about the enrollment of the woman. Because in case we don't have we have to keep the full record. Collapses, anesthesia, any problem, insurance won't be valid. The reason being, it should be starting from any event occurring from the day it has become validation. A graduate in psychology, clinical psychology, nursing, this is very important for a counselor. You just can't take any counselor who comes to you and take them on your payroll. Be very careful. Now, staffing of ART level clinic. Level 1, gynec and PG in obs and gynae. PG in obs and gynae, nothing else they want. Very simple. And now when we come to staffing of level 2, you look at it, what all they want. They have given very clearly these definitions. So when you go to the qualification of a gynecology, go to notifications 1 dated 7th June, go to schedule 1, part 1, and go to page number 28 and 29. Last paragraph of page number 28 and first paragraph of page number 29 is your qualification. I'm keeping it, this you write down, because every day I get around 10 to 15 calls. All of us, even I make calls, I don't understand many times. That who can do IUI, level 1 MD gynae, who can do IVF? IVF ke liye, you have to read these criteria very clearly given. 50 pickups are normally they want from everyone with at least 3 years of working experience. This is what they are asking for, and I think there is no other way out to escape this. Now, when we come to the other part, or this is on page number 29, it makes the life slightly easy for us. But here it is a bit of ambiguous, but that makes our life slightly easy. It says any PG in obs and gynae with a DM, doctorate of medicine, a DM in IVF can do, or fellowship in ART. Of how much fellowship we don't know. How much fellowship we don't know. So any fellowship from ICOG or some place, in case you got a fellowship, that fellowship will do with experience of not less than 3 years of working in an ART clinic. On page number 28, they talk about 50 OPUs. Here 50 OPU nahi hai. Government is trying to help you. And it is called an ART clinic. They have not written it is a level 1 or level 2 ART clinic. So in case you have got a super specialty in IVF and you've worked for 3 years in any ART clinic, you can still apply as a level 2. Here, the clause of 50 pickups is not there. I would have left few things open in your mind. We'll come back to this. We'll ruminate over this and talk again later. But this rule is on page number 28 of the recent notifications. Please read it at home peacefully. Equipment requirement. When this thing started, they wanted a lot of equipment. They wanted something like cryocan alarms. They wanted air handling unit. Multiple things came. But now, as you can see here, they only want 2 incubators, which is important for us. 2 incubators, and they want a sperm counting chamber. Sperm counting chamber zaruri hai lena aapke liye. Please le lijiyega. That's very important for you. then the simple equipment they want, and there is nothing complicated. Even if you look at the sheet of the equipment which they want, and this is same for surrogacy also. They have even 𝙬𝙤 machine they have not written. Means in case you don't want to have an 𝙬𝙤 machine, probably you can work as per this. Do an IVF. So government has been very kind and agreed to large number of our requirements. I think we should be thankful to them. But one thing you have to have is sperm counting chamber. This you please buy. Okay. Sperm counting chamber, when you buy, don't buy Maklar. Maklar is costing rupees 50,000 or 60,000, even more. Not required. Buy Indian one, they work very well, and Indian one may come to you at rupees 8,000. 8 to 9,000 rupees by an Indian chamber. They are pretty nice, and don't go and buy a Maklar. Maklar is very expensive. Okay, this is about the equipment I've told you. And for a level 1 clinic, you need a microscope, centrifuge machine, and a refrigerator. And that's all you need there. Moving ahead, there was a concept which came in as part of the rules, alarm system. They said witnessing system, alarm systems, cryosense, something to give you mobile calls, WhatsApp messages. This is gone now. Though at Birla Fertility, we have every equipment is under sort of surveillance on the Wi-Fi alarms, but now government is not recommending it. It came in rules, but this has gone off. Have a contingency plan. Something goes wrong, what do we do? This is important for you. So please be careful that you should have emergency backup, handle the gametes, power failure, breakout. This contingency plan is important. So when they come to inspect your unit, all your drills, mock drills, and the plans should be in order. Coming to something very interesting, the consent forms. Consent forms are different for surrogacy and they are different for IVF. So these are the consent forms. As you can, these are for the ART clinics. These are for the ART clinics. These are consent forms, and they are from 1 to 15. 1 to 15. These are the forms which we have. Now, these forms I'll be showing you very quickly in another 10 minutes. That's the way initially forms were numbered alphabetically. They were A, B. In case you remember the old gang of mine, my family knows that we had A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. We had R1, R, R1, R2. Then we had form S, form T, O, OA, OB. Do you remember, guys? We had so many discussions about these forms. Now they have gone. Now they have given it a number, 1 to 15, and 14 has got A and B separately. They become 17 forms primarily for when we talk about ART. I'll be showing you these forms very in coming some time. As per the section 21, so today I'm giving one homework. We'll be sending you these acts very quickly. When you talk about section, where will you look for this section? Anyone? कहाँ ढूंढेंगे section को हम? Anyone?
Act 42.
Fantastic. Who was that?
Sir, Shivali.
मजा आ गया शिवाली. Fantastic. So you have to, अभी आपने बोला Act 42, तो मैंने Act 42 खोलता हूँ. Act 42 में लिखा है section 21, and this is about providing information. I'll see whether I write it down. So section 21 and J. Because you go to this particular section, and here it is something about the act. Sorry, this is 21. 21 section J.
Sir, we can't hear you.
It is written here. If you go to the act, it tells how you will report to National Registry. So learn how to follow these sections. These sections, whenever they come, when the word section comes, go to the act, and I've told you that there are 46 sections. So the notification will take you back to sections. So when you read about notifications, it'll make you run through act and act sections and schedule part 1, part 2. So दोनों चीजें में टेबल पे रख लेना, 20 पेज का बंडल बनेगा, and you can go through them. And after this, today, for my iSheet family, there is no question of going to any webinar. You should know more than anyone in this country. things are ambiguous, they are ambiguous. Nobody can guide you into these things. It's a notification now. So how will you inform? 5th day of every month. Like PCP and DT, no? You have to inform them. They have fixed the dates. You have to go and inform them on a particular day. So 5th day of the every month, you will inform the Government of India that what we have done in the past 1 month. This I have already written here. Record keeping is in a big way. You have to keep the picture. You have to keep the record of all the documents, all the papers, and this actually you cannot escape. So medical record room, MRDs have to be created. This is very important for us. So most important thing for us nowadays is MRD. MRD you can't escape. So keep auditing, keep all the records for 10 years. 10 साल के लिए हमें record रखने हैं अपने पास. There's a huge thing, as you can see here. 10 years we have to keep the records with us. So please be careful and don't take a chance with the record. This is important. So as you can see here, 10 years का record है. Moving ahead, storage period of gametes is how much? It is for 10 years. After 10 years, we have to discard the embryos or send it for research with the permission of DHR and the present rules at that point of time. For any commissioning couple, 10 years is the period where we can preserve their things. So what I've told you till now, I've spoken to you about the ART Act. Now I'll go to the Surrogacy Act. How did surrogacy come up? So surrogacy actually came, it was Act 47, as you can see here, number 47 of 21 is the surrogacy. Surrogacy is 47, came on in December only, it came on 25th of December. It was a Christmas gift. And the ART Act came on 20th of December and the number was 42. This was 47. The government brought both the rules in one go, acts in both the at the year end, and it had 19 pages. Coming to surrogacy, of surrogacy में क्या changes आए हैं? I just cover. It is only altruistic now. You cannot have commercial surrogacy. This we all know. This document which came in the month of March, along with the act, along with the rules of ART, had 69 pages. And as I told you, when we looked at the guidelines which came with the rules for ART Act, that also had 96 pages. That had 96 pages. Thick documents. And this one had 69 pages. That's the way government made the rules to follow the act. And then we had a notification coming up on 21st of June. 7th of June, ART notified, and 21st of June, surrogacy notified. Done and dusted. इसके बाद, and जो चीज ambiguous है. Till the time we get any more clarification, but इसके बाद जो इसमें लिखा है आपको follow करना है. Application fee 2 lakh rupees for surrogacy clinic. In case you have got an ART clinic और आपको surrogacy भी करना है, तो आपको 4 लाख रुपया देना पड़ेगा. Okay. Insurance period 36 months. I hope you won't forget this. Again, intending couple, woman shall sign an affidavit to be sworn before magistrate or judicial magistrate. I'm sure they will ensure that you're not doing any hanky-panky. Indications for gestational mother, surrogate mother, लिखी हुई है. Age criteria is written here. The age criteria is between 25 and 35 years. Does someone remember the age criteria for a donor? Any one of you? Quickly. Age criteria for a donor.
21 to 35. 23 to 35. 23 to 35.
3 to 35.
Surrogacy 25 to 35. That's it. Just remember. And age of marriage 21 to 50. No woman can act surrogate more than one time. Only one embryo to be put in her body at one time. Though we can increase the number depending upon the clinical condition, but they say put only one embryo. And then number of attempts should be not more than 3 in a woman. This is as per the notified act of the Government of India, which came in month of June. Indications for surrogate mother continued. Very simple. It should be whenever she has to get an eligibility certificate. So nobody can become a surrogate on their own. They have to get the surrogate eligibility certificate from the appropriate authority from Government of India. These have not been set up till now, but the moment they set up completely, she'll have to apply and get approval from the Government of India. Then all the forms have been made, specified form. These forms I'll be showing you very quickly. Then number of embryos to be implanted, 1. Extreme conditions, they can be more, but 1, they don't want a surrogate to be having multiple pregnancies. Can she undergo an MTP? As per the MTP Act. That's what government has written. Indication of surrogacy for intending parents. क्या-क्या चीजें हैं जो कि parents को करनी होती हैं? They need a certificate of eligibility and essentiality. You will write the medical note for them. You will advise surrogacy. Then they will go to Government of India and take their permission. State surrogacy board will tell, or nation will tell, as it becomes more clear, that they will tell you whether you are permitted to do surrogacy or not. You just can't do surrogacy on your own. Now coming to the process of registration of an ART clinic. Very simple. Once you go to this site, this is a site, National ART and Surrogacy Registry, as you can see here. This is a portal. This is a portal we have. Please log on here after the class is over. Go to this portal and then you can apply for your clinic. You have to sign up and then you have to log in. They want some basic document, they have to be filled, and they will tell you how many applications received on a particular date, how many approved till now. The ART clinic, till yesterday showed none approved. Though we have got clearance for Kolkata, probably they'll be uploading it very quickly. ART clinic, how many rejected? Same thing with the bank. And same thing with we'll have surrogacy also. How many applied, how many received, how many rejected. Now moving ahead, this is a sign up form. पहले आपने sign up करना है. After you have done the sign up, then we will go to the second part, that is called, after login, you will get an email verification, which Dr. Raj told he has got. You got an email verification, email verified by SMS, and then you have verified it. Then you can fill the login, and then you say you are logging in here. As you can see here. Can you see here? We are logging in here, and then you can upload your details. That's the way it moves. They will ask you, you are a bank, you are a clinic, you are a surrogacy clinic, what all things have to be given. You fill in those things and immediately you get a chitti from them and where to submit it. But where to submit it, we don't know till now in many of the states. So you have to just hold on, at least apply. That's very, very important. So they had some general information. They would like to ask you that details of the staff, equipment detail, procedure undertaken, declaration. These are parts of your login. Coming to the forms, these are the forms which we are talking about. So what I'll do is I'll quickly take you to the main forms now. What happens is that you people get confused when we come to the these forms. So what I'll do is I'll quickly take you to the journey of these gazettes so that you know how they work. So first of all, I will take you to ART rules of June. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you see my screen? I've got a gazette here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. ART rules notify final.
First class. तो पहला क्या देखा आपने? पहला देखा आपने हिंदी के अंदर है. It's in Hindi. Is it right?
Sir, screen is not moving.
It is moving. Can you see Hindi?
No, sir.
Sir,
No,
ART rules notified final.
No problem, no problem. गुस्से मत हो. रूठ जाते हो सब लोग. Okay, अभी let me do it. Can you see it now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
now we can see. Yeah.
भारत का राजपत्र. This is called Gazette of India. This, see the date. See the date. 7th June. This is the date. This is the day it finally got notified. इसके अंदर पहले 26 पेज हिंदी के अंदर है. So हिंदी वाले हिंदी में पढ़ सकते हैं. Then we go to English. That should be page number 27 in case I'm not wrong. Okay, I'm scrolling down and I come to English. This is page number 26. See it? Page number 26. So please read what they have written here. Very simple. I've told you some definitions, level 1 clinic, level 2 clinic. You can read about these things. What will ART banks do? Very clearly written. Staff requirement. And now important here is what you know is how much money to pay, written here. Don't go to webinars, please, after today's class. Don't go to any webinar. Read yourself. That is the true ICTN we have. And after this, you go to a very important part of it that is called Schedule 1. Schedule 1 has got Part 1. And this will tell you about the minimal qualification of ART clinics. इसके अंदर page number 28, as I've told you, page number 28, will talk about what all has to be done, qualification of a gynecologist. And then we go to the next page and you'll get, or this is what I told you. Qualification of an embryologist is given here. Read it yourself. There's nothing hidden. Government has given all the guidelines everywhere, or as you can see here, is there different qualifications are allowed. You can read it yourself. And also note, as one-time measure, all embryologists working in ART or IVF clinics before the commencement of these rules, they have got some relaxation. ये रखिए relaxation. So please रात को शांति के साथ read it once. That's all I want to tell you. It's all in front of you. Now, more important for me is coming to these forms. We have a form 1. Form 1 to form 14 we have to go. Form 1 is for registration. Though we're doing online, but that's the form you fill when we are doing any ART clinics. Form 1 you fill. This as per the Rule 7, as per the rule book which came in March. Moving ahead, that's the way you fill the form. Very simple form you fill, tick, tick, tick on computer, and there it goes. Form number 2, registration form for ART bank. First, form number 1 is for clinic, second is for the bank. You are filling for either one, or in case you also have a subsidiary of a bank, as per the laws, you can fill that also. Coming to form number 3, this is the certificate of registration. This means that after you are certified, the government will give you this chithi. जो हमें मिल गया है अभी for our, yeah. So this form number 3, government will give to you. That's the rule. They will give to you. And then we go to form number 4. This is the appeal. In case you want to appeal, this is form number 4. And then we have got form number 5. This is the most important form we have. Form number 5. Form number 5 means format of making the complaint. This is very important for us. Have this form ready with you all the time. Form 5 should be there at your reception. Then we have got various forms. Consent for, initially we had form D, I think so, in case I'm not wrong. And now we have form 6. Consent form to be signed by the couple or woman. And then with these consent forms, we move ahead. We have got form number 7, consent for IUI with the husband sperm. Then we have got consent form to be signed in case we are taking the donor sperm, as you can see here. Form number 8 is for the donor sperm. The government has given these forms, so please print them and use them. They are ready to be used. Please start using this form. Form number 9 for freezing of the embryos. And they tell you what to do with the embryos, what to do with the oocytes, and they also very clearly bring out that payment of fees, which was never there initially. Read about payment of fees. Read terms and conditions, because we always have problem how much we pay. So payment of fees is very well defined here. Read that. We have form number 10, consent for freezing of gametes and sperms and oocytes. These are for the gametes. Moving ahead, we have various forms coming up for a minor, for a parental consent. When we have for minor, we fill form 11. These forms are all there, and then it ends with, in case you go further, we have got a form 13, consent for oocyte retrieval. We want to retrieve the oocytes, fill this form for that from that patient. And then form 14 onwards, this is the consent form for the donor of oocytes. So form 13 is for consent form for donor of oocytes, and this is the form for consent for oocyte retrieval. So Form 12 and Form 13, these forms are there. Please print these forms and use them. Form number 14, there are 3 forms, 14, 14A, 14B. Form 14, record of user of donor gametes. ये बैंक भरेगा, ये बैंक का फॉर्म है, आपका फॉर्म नहीं है. Then we go to form number 14A, again for the bank, ART bank, written here, not your form. Then we have got form number 13, oocyte embryo record. This is again a form which will tell you how you are using your gametes and your embryos. What happens, how the embryos develop, this form is there. Form number 15, consent form for donor of sperm. This for the bank again. So these are the forms which are available.
Sir,
for
what about embryo transfer consent?
Embryo Hello.
Yes.
Embryo, there is no specific form for embryo transfer consent in this. No specific form in this till now. And I think it will come very soon.
So what to do? We can make our own.
Yeah, probably yes. It is not there till now. Formal
Can
form.
we use the earlier one which was given by ICM?
But embryo, iske andar you have to be careful that initially there was a column for you have to just follow the guidelines properly. It shouldn't happen that we end up in any complication in terms of mixing and matching. Embryo transfer is a very sensitive thing. Be very careful about that. So, treatment wala form hai hamare paas mein. We have the form for treatment. I'll just show you this form. One sec. We have this form for, let me go back. This is for gamete for freezing of gametes and oocytes. We have a form for the consent of freezing of the embryos. There is no actual form which we could locate which talks about how do we do the IUI ke liye hai, but we don't have the form for embryo transfer, the formal embryo transfer. ये लिखा है इसके अंदर, the embryos would be suitable, quality may be transferred. But there is no form for embryo transfer per se in this, in case you look at this document. So I think this is a bit of ambiguity. So we have to wait for that. And but all other forms, barring gametes and minor, are already present with us. So what you have to be careful here is that when you do a donor, always consent form for the donor of oocytes have to be filled. This is the most critical form for us. And I think that's it. That's it.
Sir, this is Dr. Nisha again. I just wanted to ask you, there is still confusion about the altruistic donation. So some people say, like the lawyer says, that we can compensate the donor as per the their nutrition and wages and all that.
You have to compensate. It has to come from bank only, no?
Yeah,
इसमें doubt नहीं है इसके अंदर. Altruistic is a term which is always preferred but not actually endorsed. But there is no way, अगर आप altruistic करेंगे, a donor is only giving X in her life once.
Yes.
Not 6 or 3 times. She has to be 23 years of age. And in case you follow the previous rules, that says that she should be having one life child also.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
One second.
Hello, sir.
One second.
Dr. Raj from Aurangabad, Maharashtra.
Yeah. One second.
At Aurangabad, currently we are reporting the number of IVF cases as per the number of D forms to the PCPND by 5th of every month.
PCPND को नहीं देने होते आपको. There is no question of giving PCPND data about your IVF.
As per the new ART, how we are going to report the number of IVF cases?
To DHR, 5th of every month. Couples enrolled, commissioned, treated, outcome, your grievance complaints will go to the DHR repository.
So it will be online or to some office?
Online. It will be online. Office नहीं होता. ये सब online ही होगा. अभी तक आया नहीं है. It's not come
So
in.
what is the email ID?
I'll give it to you, madam. After it is over, I'll give you the email ID of info@DHR में दे दूंगा. वहाँ पर आप जब भी problem, you can write to them. They're very nice people. They will revert back to you.
लेवल 2 क्लिनिक हम लोग ओपन कर रहे हैं, तो सर उसमें बैंक का भी लेना पड़ेगा कि नहीं? हम लोगों को
ना बैंक का क्यों लेंगे आप?
सर हम एम्ब्रियोज तो वो कर रहे हैं, फ्रीज कर रहे हैं।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, आप ऑटोलोगस कर सकते हैं,
ओके
सेल्फ के लिए कहीं भी कर सकते हैं आप, बट आप
ओके।
यू कैन नॉट डू इट फॉर द डोनर। आप सेल्फ के लिए कर सकते हो।
डोनर एग अभी हम लोग को करना है कि जब तक हम लोग का नहीं रजिस्टर हो जाए नहीं कर सकते?
मैंने आपको बता दिया, डोनर के लिए हमारे पास इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी अभी तक क्लियर नहीं है, नीदर वी हैव द पॉलिसी व्हिच इज क्लियर टू अस अबाउट द मैजिस्ट्रेट, judicial magistrate. So in case you are able to get hands on an insurance policy, जो कि the day donor start हो आप कभी शुरू कर सकें, then you can do it. In case you don't have such a situation, then what you can do is you can do that insurance 1 month prior, and then the policy will be in place. But तब तक donor रुकेगी नहीं, donor may go to somebody else because they only do once in their lifetime.
Sir, hello sir, I have a question. I'm
Mhm.
Dr. Vandana. Sir, I just want to ask, as you said, we should apply in the night in the website, but I want to register in a level 1 clinic, but I don't have microscope and centrifuge till date. So can I apply or I have to purchase it
You have to
afterwards?
purchase. You have to purchase because you're committing to them. Na?
So I can apply and I side by side I can purchase.
No, पहले आप, it should be with you. You cannot do it without having that equipment in your hand. That will
सर
be
लेवल 2 के लिए इन 2 इनक्यूबेटर लेने होंगे हम लोग।
लिखा है, दिखाया ना मैंने आपको, लिखा है उसके शेड्यूल 1 पार्ट 2। हाय,
Good
शेड्यूल
evening,
1
sir.
पार्ट 2, 2 incubators. Yes.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Vipula. Just wanted to ask one thing.
Can you give me 2 minutes, madam? Just 2 minutes. I want to show you something. Otherwise, I'll forget. This is about the surrogacy. कुछ सीधे दिखाने चाह रहा हूँ मैं आपको, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, फिर हम भूल जाएंगे। सरोगेसी का जो भी है पहले हिंदी में रहेगा, ये दिस इज कम ऑन 20th of June. So 21st of June it came. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
भारत का राजपत्र देख पा रहे हैं?
Yes.
सरोगेसी की है. Now this is, it came on 21st of June. Now once I scroll down in this document, I'll go till the end now. Now इसमें forms की quality बदल जाती है. Please be careful.
Screen is not visible.
Not visible.
The screen is visible, but because of the speed of the scroll, it was.
Achha, no, I deliberately went very quickly because I wanted to read. Now, can you read this here?
Yes.
So this is page number 12. Page number 13 onwards, notification of surrogacy. This came on 21st of June. ART clinic came on 7th of June. इसमें सब कुछ common है, मोटा मोटा. Everything is common. And इसमें लिखा है, ये पढ़ने का है. This is what you have to read. The number of embryos transferred. Should be one. Special circumstances, we can put 3 also. अब क्या है? Those have not been defined. This is one thing you have to know, which people keep asking me. And then I come to Schedule 1, Part 1. So any notification will have Schedule 1, Part 1 and Schedule 1, Part 2. Schedule 1, Part 1 will tell you the qualification of the doctors, embryologists, andrologists, gynecologists. They normally remain the same. I come to the second part, Schedule 1, Part 2. This is about the equipment. Same, exactly the same, which is there. Now, more important is form number 1. There, the form number 1 was application of a clinic in the DHR. Here it is application form for couples of Indian origin intending women for availing surrogacy in the board. PIOs and intending women. This form 1 here. Surrogacy notification के form different है. Form 2, consent of surrogate mother, agreement of surrogacy. Then we have, so all the surrogacy forms have got the same number, but different content. This I want to tell you because you shouldn't get confused. So this is now form 3. Registration of a surrogacy clinic. ART clinic का form कौन सा है? For registration, can someone remember?
1.
Form 1. For bank?
Form 2.
Surrogacy clinic?
Form
Form 3. So this is what I want to tell you, that these forms are there. Form 4 for surrogacy clinic approval. And then these are the forms which government has taken out, and I think that's it. So these forms I wanted to show to you. And this is form 5 is for appeal. They're for the appeal. And the form 5 is a very important file. This is a grievance form, which you can use at any point of time. People can use against you. So be very careful under these forms. And I think that's it. This is all I wanted to cover for you in the class today. And very quickly, I'll take few questions in case you feel like 240 people have still logged in. Just let me finish. Just let me finish, gentleman, lady. Just let me finish, and then we will. I'll try to close, and then I will take all your queries. So I think I was here, and these are the forms. How do we do it at our unit? We make these forms like this. We have got them stated in multi languages. Form 5. We have form 5. We have got form 6, form 10. So all the forms we have printed. So I feel that you should also print these ICMR forms, government forms, and then use it and maintain a record of these things. So this is form for the form number 11, and I think this is it. So I end here, and before I take your questions, I just scroll through the next curtain raiser on 12th of August on hypo and hypo responders. And then we have got where to go in for IUI. This is on 26th of August. And then few courses which Akriti covered for you. You have enrolled more than 812 people, 22 countries. And now only for our alumni, we are launching one day very, very defined courses. This is not meant for, they are not open courses, only for our alumnus. We have one course on QA/QC, one on ultrasound. These are all actually live courses with the patients. Then we have one on ovulation induction on patients, fertility preservation, live,
Last slide.
fertility preservation, ovulation induction. These all will be actually as far as possible with the patients in the OTs and labs. We'll have this one on vitrification, only vitrification in the lab. Actual live vitrification will be shown, and you'll work on blue babies yourself, 𝙀𝙤 and laser in the lab. These are only for our alumnus and nobody else to begin with. So we are calling them concept building courses. They will be for 7 to 8 hours in the day, only on weekends. I like to tell you that we have got a very nice book coming out. This book has been brought out by Indian Fertility Society. And this book has got 3 volumes, and it's got around 240 chapters, 3 volumes. It's a huge manual which has been brought out. I think that's it. These are our special weekend courses only for our alumnus. And with this, I end my talk, and I am open for any questions.
So, Doctor, for Q and QC.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir. So director post is really gone off.
Gone off. Director is not there. Optional at director.
And for level 2 gynecologist has to be MD or DGO?
Always MD. Postgraduate likha hai. Postgraduate MD hota hai.
Good evening, sir. What are the
Hello.
implication of getting ART bank in our clinic?
ART bank is not part of the clinic. Yes.
So it can be not the part of the clinic.
No,
The
it's
government.
not part of, yeah, it's always different. They should
So it should be directed by the government only.
If one person at one time. ART bank is different from ART clinic.
Sir, it can be in the same premises.
I can't speak. We'll have to switch off. Somebody will have to switch off.
Who can apply for ART bank, sir?
Ask question one by one, and rest all of you please turn off your microphones so we can.
Dr. Akriti, can you just ask them to drop the questions in the chat box, and you can read, because there are already few questions in the chat box. That will make easy because sir is not able to talk.
Yeah, that's correct, because the questions have already been put in the chat box.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, Dr. Akriti, you can read the questions and sir can answer so that it will not create mess.
Absolutely. One by one, we'll take 5 questions. Okay. Time is 21:31 and हमारे घर के अंदर भी chapter 5 invoke हो जाता है 9:30 के बाद. Offense and penalty.
Sir,
So
I
my
just
wife
wanted
is
to
not
ask
gonna
one
give me
thing.
my dinner.
Sir,
And,
I just wanted to ask one thing. There was one donor is to be given to one couple. Now, how many number of eggs? No, sir. My question is that earlier there was a limit that 7 eggs. Now we do minimal stimulation and whatever number of eggs we get, we can give to that couple.
That couple. Correct.
Yeah, that's it, sir.
I mean, the clause chala gaya, but soft, they have said we try to do
Yeah,
soft.
minimal stimulation we will do. Yeah, minimal stimulation.
Perfect.
But there is no limit of number of eggs to be given to the couple.
Number of सारे eggs नहीं के रहेंगे ना? All the eggs are there only.
Yes. Okay.
Therefore, there only. No? It is a directed donation now. Sperm and egg from one donor, even sperms.
Can
one donor
embryologist
to one recipient.
consultant be an embryologist, sir?
Yes, it can be in case they have done MSc in clinical embryology, or they are trained in embryology, or the clause is like I'm an embryologist. I've been doing embryology from past 20 years. So when you go to this notification, they have brought out a different thing now. They say that you have to be a postgraduate in biotechnology, PhD, postgraduate in clinical embryology. So people like me who have been doing embryology, whole life I've only done vitrification and ICSI. We can't do that now. Until I enroll in some course and do things better. But here, they've given people like us a chance. Graduate in life sciences or biotechnology. ये उनके लिए जो कि पहले से काम कर रहे थे. Graduate in life sciences or biotechnology or reproductive biology or veterinary science. People like us, old-timers, with at least 5 years experience in registered ART or IVF clinic. Applies to people like us who have performed 500 IVF cycles, including ICSI, and at least 100 cycles of cryopreservation of embryos. This for the old-timers like us, जिनके पास MBBS का degree है. But now the newer generation cannot do it. That's all. They have to have PhD or MSc. All the things are required. Okay. Have I answered your query?
Sir, for the new ART clinic, the gynecologist needs to be having 3 years experience in ART after MD.
Yeah, not less than 3 years experience working in an ART clinic. Fellowship.
Either fellowship or 3 years experience working.
Yeah. 3 years. They have written very clearly. For a simple doctor who has not done OPUs, please switch yourself off, otherwise please mute them somehow. That's not right.
So, I was going through all the question in the chat box. Most of the question you have already answered.
I'm taking one question, very nice question from Dr. Reena. A medical postgraduate in gynecology, like you, like me,
yes.
In case with super specialty DM or a fellowship not defined, 6 महीने की है कि 1 साल की है कि 2 साल की, not defined, with experience of not less than 3 years working in an ART clinic.
So then what is the way out for newcomers who are trained but don't have the certificate of 3 years?
देखो, no. Certificate ले लीजिए ना, अगर आपके पास fellowship है. 3 महीने
Sir, like somebody has done, and the earlier it used to be like doing 50 pickups and all.
वो तो है ना, that is there.
But that 50 pickups was not done in 3 years. It was done in a short span of time. So that used to give us experience earlier. Now we have to wait and take experience for 3 years and then only we can open a clinic. Or is there a way out?
इसमें 3 साल का clause लगाएंगे. When you're taking 50 pickups, you need experience of
so we can't hear.
You have to have, देखो, I'm sure अगर आप IVF कर रहे हैं या IUI कर रहे हैं, 3 साल से कर रहे हैं, जहाँ भी कर रहे हैं वहाँ से सर्टिफिकेट ले लीजिए ना.
They can't give retrospectively now.
No. Why can't? You have to take in. Working in a clinic, it has to be retrospective, no? I'm doing embryology from 20 years. It's in retrospective only, no?
No, sir. I was doing IUI till now. Now I wanted to upgrade to IVF clinic. I built everything, and in between this ART Act came, which says that now you want 3 years experience.
So now, Dr. Kaul, you got one clause on page number 29 Page number 29, first paragraph. Fellowship in RM. अगर fellowship है आपके पास में, fellowship is required with experience of not less than 3 years working in ART clinic. अब ART clinic जो है, ART clinic can be also level 1 clinic. In case you've got some fellowship and you've got 3 years experience in ART clinic, you can apply as per this for level 2.
Excuse me, sir. Sir,
did you
ART
can
bank
take
का
for
please
IUI,
clear
no?
कर दीजिए.
Yes.
Sir,
did
ART
you-
bank.
ART bank is a different entity. For ART bank, you need an RMP. For ART bank, they are not asking for a doctor. For ART bank, they are very clearly saying one RMP trained in handling, preparation, and storage of semen samples. That's the ART bank. This is page number 29 again, para number B.
Sir, for over donor के लिए भी RMP
Over
donor arrange करें.
नहीं, अगर बैंक अगर donor कर रहा है, so the rules came in month of December, they said bank will procure the donors and they'll freeze the oocytes. But now they say the bank will supply the oocytes. They'll apply the donor, live donor, walking donor to the clinics. So bank is not taking out the eggs in the
Sir,
present.
in a city where there are 4-5 IVF centers, how many banks can be opened?
उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला. They can be 100, they can be 200, but they have to be legalized by the government of India. See, there can be one bank, there can be one semen bank in Delhi that can supply the whole of the country.
Okay.
But it should be a bank. And then there are bank agencies which will give you a semen sample, but they have to follow the guidelines. Very interesting thing before I end. They say a donor will give a semen sample only for one commissioning couple. Getting my point? Initially, he was giving 70. He could give it 75 times, and 75 women could be impregnated. Then it became 25, and 25 different women could be impregnated. But now it says whatever sample he will give are for the one woman, only one woman.
So, like that, only the egg donor will go to that bank. They will apply there, and then we'll collect from them.
The donor will come to you. Will come to your clinic.
Okay. Okay.
I think. Yes.
last
Thank you
question.
so much, sir.
So last question.
Yes.
Dr. Renu from Kanpur, sir.
Hi, Dr. Renu. How are you? क्या हाल है आपके?
बिल्कुल
Good,
बढ़िया
good.
सर. So just one important question. This insurance of donor is responsibility of ART clinic or ART bank or both?
Bank.
ART bank. So
हमारा
ART
क्यों
bank.
नहीं हम बैंक मैम इज वेरी वेरी क्लियर. सी तभी मैं कह रहा हूँ ये कानून आप सब पढ़िए. पैरा नंबर 12 मैं बता रहा हूँ. पैरा नंबर 12 लिखा है इंटेंडिंग ये जो है ना the intending couple shall sign an affidavit to be sworn in before magistrate. So intending couple और बैंक से डोनर आ रहा है. So बैंक का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बनता है. हमारा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है इंश्योरेंस का.
For donor, no sir. Okay.
But only point is that but in case bank does something wrong, suppose you get a donor to you, a girl who's barely 21, who's 18-19 years of age, then and you do it. There's a complication. They say the girl is not looking 23 years. Why have you taken her eggs? So it's also a responsibility to see that banks are working properly.
So do we need to take the copy of that insurance, photocopy of that insurance when it comes in light?
Obviously.
And get attached to it, no?
Copy has to be with you.
Ji.
Copy has to be with you.
Okay.
So for a donor, we need 3 documents. One is the insurance, second the affidavit of the donor, and third the affidavit of the parents.
Parent?
The intending parents.
Intending parent will go to the
magistrate. Yes, they give this affidavit to the magistrate. So we need 3 documents.
Yes, you put 3 documents.
Yes. Okay.
But
even though
only issue is that it is not becoming non-anonymous at some point of time. Agar magistrate will know the donor ID.
Sir, another problem is the anonymity of the patients, the privacy of the patients.
It'll go. But now, देखो ना, जैसे हम डॉक्टर हैं, वहाँ पे we have magistrate, no? The magistrate will follow all the confidentiality. I'm very sure. They'll follow the confidentiality. I'm very sure of that. So nothing to worry about that. There are government regulations and the government, like, we maintain confidentiality.
So the parents are very apprehensive about this part because there are high profile sometimes, and many of them are like, not agreeing to go because there are lower staff also there. Doctors still they trust, but they don't trust the office. I'll tell you one thing, sir. Today only we come to know one Babu from the magistrate office. He was asking like कितने cycles करते हो, कितना पैसा लेते हो, उसमें कितना margin रहता है और कितना चाय पानी मिल सकता है.
I think time for a dinner.
Sir, last. Just wanted to know.
One last question.
Post MS 6 months ICOG fellowship. So can this person practice?
If you got ICOG fellowship, this will work.
6 months ICOG fellowship post MS, no experience.
No, with experience of not less than 3 years of working in India.
So fellowship should be combined with the experience, right?
Answer not there, but you can combine it to their experience. Answer is ambiguous. So you can take the advantage of this if you may do it. But 3 years, 2.5 years, so you need of experience.
Okay.
You need 2.5 years.
Fellowship IUI registration is mandatory, sir, post fellowship RM.
Yes, mandatory.
Without that, we cannot practice in anything.
No. You must do it tonight and pay rupees. Try to pay rupees 50,000 whenever they call you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So DGO can practice IUI, no? So DGO can practice IUI?
No, no, we cannot as per the rulings which we are having. So we also don't train any, as far as possible, any DGO comes, they get trained as a director. No one trains a DGO to do IUI because the rulings are very clear. Qualification of level 1 ART clinic, 1 gynecologist, postgraduate in gynecology and orphan gynae. Is the diploma postgraduate? I don't know. Not a question. It's a diploma.
And if
diploma
you are
is a
doing
postgraduate.
IUI and doing your washing also by self, then we have to enroll in level 1 clinic.
In case diploma is a postgraduate, I'm not sure. You please check.
Both are postgraduates. One is diploma, other is degree.
Diploma is a postgraduate.
Diploma is postgraduate, sir.
In case diploma, as Government of India MCI regulation, NMC, they say diploma
that is
is
a postgraduate.
In case diploma says postgraduate, you may apply. Definitely you can apply. Then, but as per the NMC guidelines, please apply. There's no issue then. In case it says that, which I doubt.
What is the website, sir?
Which I doubt. Because postgraduate is MD OBG as far as I know.
And
that's degree.
Sir, if you are doing your IUI, sir, if you are doing IUI in your hospital and doing washing by self, so we will enroll under level 1 only.
Level 1 only. Level 1 only. Level 1 you have to enroll. Since आपने सवाल उठाया है, इसमें बड़े कुछ चीजें हैं. Level 1 में they have only given you 1 gynecologist. They have not given you an andrologist. They have not given you a technologist. Who's gonna prepare your semen sample? So they say this is a minimal qualification of entry in level 1 is 1 gynecologist. But I think you need an andrologist. You cannot do semen preparation. You're not a technician.
Okay.
Gone are the days when we used to do it. No one can do it. I've stopped doing all micro TISAs. My whole life I've been doing micro TISAs till now. Okay. I've stopped doing micro TISAs because I'm not an andrologist. They don't accept gynae to do an micro TISA or TISA. They've stopped it now.
Matlab, washing of the sample you cannot do anymore.
You can't. How can you do? You don't have a degree.
Okay.
I think we'll stop here. The lovely, there are 99 questions.
Last question.
Yes.
Sir,
I think we'll submit with Dr. Maninder Ahuja. She is there. Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Fine.
Ma'am, I think we have.
It was wonderful, Dr. Pankaj. Just I wanted to know, have they started registrations in Haryana?
No.
So far,
not till yesterday. Not till yesterday. आज review से check नहीं करा, कल तक तो नहीं था.
Okay.
And thank you. Yes, somebody want to ask one last question.
Sir, Eshna सर, अगर किसी का IUI सेंटर है 3 years का, तो वो भी ART क्लिनिक एक्सपीरियंस में काउंट हो जाएगा अगर फेलोशिप किया हुआ?
बिल्कुल होगा.
अपना ही सेंटर है, मतलब अगर किसी का.
अरे बच्चे तू पढ़ना, वही तो बोल रहा हूँ, पढ़ते सवाल पूछते रहते हो.
मेरा क्वेश्चन है.
चलो उसको जवाब मिलेंगे, लिखा कर सकते हो. You can do.
जी.
Hello.
Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
सर मेरा ये क्वेश्चन है सर, जो डोनर का इंश्योरेंस है उसका कोई अमाउंट है सर, कवरेज का?
कोई अमाउंट लिखा नहीं है, 1
Yes,
साल
sir.
के लिए है, 3 लाख का करवा लीजिएगा मिनिमम।
3 लाख
हम 3 लाख का करवाते हैं नॉर्मली।
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच सर। एंड सर जो रजिस्ट्रेशन फीस लेवल 2 का सर किसको सबमिट करना है सर?
ये आपको सबमिट करना होगा।
Not audible.
Sir, you are not audible, sir.
You will have to give it in the Ministry of Health. They will tell you whom to give. जब वो आपके स्टेट के अंदर खुलेगा रजिस्ट्रेशन में, बोर्ड्स बनेंगे,
Yes, sir.
they will let you know whom to give. They will actually tell you ड्राफ्ट कैसे बनाना है, किसके नाम से बनाना है, ड्राफ्ट बना के देना होता है, ऑनलाइन भी पे कर सकते हैं। That they will tell you.
Okay, sir.
Is it one-time fees?
It is no, it's nothing in the life. There's nothing one time. You have to keep
Giving.
And sir, जो point 12
like I say like PNDT, you have to keep giving it.
सर point 12 के सेकंड में जो पॉइंट है कि एक एफिडेविट साइन होगा, एक एफिडेविट बनेगा सर। तो सर उसमें सर जो कपल है वो एफिडेविट बनाएंगे सर?
Affidavit बनाएंगे in case you look at the language of the thing, very
Yes, sir.
clear. I've told you before also, the intending couple,
Yes, sir.
will sign an affidavit to be sworn before metropolitan magistrate. तो intending
Yes, sir.
couple बताएगा कि मेरे को डोनर चाहिए।
ओके, कि डोनर चाहिए सर?
हाँ, मैं डोनर कर रहा हूँ ना, अब देखिए डोनर चाहिए।
तो सर उसमें डोनर की डिटेल्स भी मेंशन होगी सर उसमें?
क्लैरिटी नहीं है, but yes, it won't be. I've told you it won't be anonymous anymore because donor ले रहे हैं, donor का आधार कार्ड नंबर आएगा उसकी।
Okay, sir. Okay.
We'll link donor with that.
This is Dr. Vinay.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
If you permit me, I think we'll stop here now. And
Yes, sir. We should call.
One last question can I ask, sir?
Thank you so much, sir.
I think I'll hand it over to Shraddha. It's very late. A lot of things to do. We'll keep connecting. We'll keep connecting. I put in the group. We'll try to answer your questions in the group. I'll invite. Thank you so much, guys. I want to keep talking, but I have to end it somewhere. Otherwise,
We can understand.
Thank you so much, sir. Good night, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
You can
Thank
now
you, sir.
submit.
Thank you so much. Good
All
night.
the articles in the group in a while. Thank you everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Good night,
and
everyone.
thanks
Good
a
night,
lot.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank
you, sir.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye, bye, sir. Thank you.